Hi, my name is Felix Valencia. In this program, we'll be introducing long-range knife fighting, probably the safest range to be in, due to the fact you'll have techniques, timing and rhythm, footwork, and skills. One of the things I insist on is safety equipment, only because people do get hurt. We do sell, essentially, rubber knives, flexible, and you can still train with this without any hand gear, but I do recommend hand gear just in case, like garden gloves, hockey mitts, or even thin baseball. One of the things we're going to be going through today is a new product from Century, and we're actually going to pull this little tape, has cloth on it, and put it on the bladed side of this blade, this rubber knife. Just apply it, like so. We're now going to put it on the other side, and we're going to use the chalk just to chalk it up. And the more chalk you get, the longer it lasts, in case you are doing maybe a 2-minute round of knife fighting. And I'll demo on myself. The ideal clothing to wear is white and black, just to let you see that you do see where the cuts are. Now, full speed of knife kiting, sometimes you don't even know you got the man in the back, or the back of the arms, or the back of the legs. You think of everything as frontal. So when you get in close quarter ranges, this is ideal also. So all three ranges, this is a great tool to have, just because it's mentally, you start seeing all the marks on you. So let's get started, and then hopefully you'll enjoy the program. Thank you. Let's go ahead and start with numerato system, the numbering system. In Valencia Lemeco Eskrima system, it's 12 angles of attack. The first one will be 1 to the temple, slash. When you go forward, this leg goes forward. Number 2 will be to the knee, slash. Number 3 to the opposite knee. Number 4, you're going to go backhand to the temple, 4. Number 5 will be a straight thrust using the tip. You remember in the stick system, we had you thrust up and go to this elbow, to this side of the shoulder. In the thrust, and knives will go straight. Number 6 will be to the elbow. Number 7, palm up to the other elbow. 8 and 9 go thrust and slash. So it'll be solar plex, palm up, slash down, palm down. 10, 11 is the same thing, just opposite. 10, 11, so it's a slash. And again, your best friend will be your number 12 down or 12 up. So it looks like this in fluid motion will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 down or 12 up. I can't stress enough how important it is to use safety equipment. I'm going to have Alan come in, and when you're training with these things and you start sparring, I call it in the heat of battle, things happen. Sometimes the guy leans and you're still in motion to slash, his head goes into it and you get hit in the eye. So for safety purposes, I make Alan, all my students, and you should too, wear safety glasses. I wear glasses, so this is also protecting my eye. We're going to start off with footwork. First, let me show you a stance. I'm going to have Alan go into a fighting stance. And what he's going to do from here, if you notice, he's not too wide stance out, I mean elongated. He's at 11 o'clock, his foot's pointing at 11 o'clock stance. He's going to keep the knife pointing at me at all times. In order for me to respect him and respect his abilities, I have to go through his weapon first. He's going to have this hand to the back shoulder and actually just fold it right here in case anything comes out, his left hand, he could punch from there. Okay? If it's too much in front, all he's going to be able to do is just backhand it. Okay? So at least he's loaded up and ready to punch. The number one thing I see among a lot of people is they go into that typical brawling stance and they lean in and their head is forward. When you lean your head forward, you give me about 2 inches closer to the blade. So if Alan would lean in, it's just that easy to get to him. If he leans back, goes in a normal stance, it's not that easy. Now the other thing I do recommend to a lot of people is the way, their mentality of movement. And that's why we're going over footwork. When you move in knife fighting, you should move as one unit. Don't move as this, because you do leave low line available. And if you do this, you leave your high line available. Okay? It's the same thing when you're in motion. Now what we're going to go over first is the proper stance and the negative stances I see out there. Okay? If Alan would face off with the mirror, with the camera. Okay? Now as you can see, he's very narrow, and it's pretty hard for me to get to his other body parts. And if he was a little bit squared up, he's now presenting me the other shoulder. And this is a possibility for me to go flanking on this side of the body. I could actually fake go to this side of the body. Now if he left his hand out just a little bit, and I concentrated on this hand, the knife hand, if I attack it, he's going to pull it back, and I could go to this hand. As you can see, I marked them out already. So that's a cut finger. Also, when you lower down your blade, what's available is the face. This will get to him faster than he could block. Okay? Also, he leaves his legs open, so if he's so busy blocking up here, I could go to the legs. Okay? Now the negative stances I've seen out there. First one, of course, is squared up, presenting both shoulders. The other one is this technique is when he's willing to sacrifice his whole arm in order to protect his throat. Now with that mentality, you don't know what we call, and we'll go over this later on in the program, is the mai, the tip of the blade, Japanese terms. In a lot of perspective, Alan's going to know how to just drop his hands, and if I cut to him, he's going to know the tip of my blade and my reach, and I'll go over that as a drill also. So let's get started with footwork. First one, we'll be cutting to the legs. We call this leg replacement. If I cut to his leg, he's just going to kick it back and come back. Kick it back and come back. I can go forward or back. Alan has a choice of either slashing or thrusting to get to me. I'd rather have him thrust into me rather than slash. Slash will go this far out. Thrust will go through. More reach. So just for drilling, I don't want Alan to thrust or slash. I'm just going to go after his legs with the knife. So one, go slow, and just get used to the movement. Later on, when you're used to it, you can go faster. Okay. And in time, it'll become second nature. After, without hitting his training partner, which is me, I'm going to have him pull the leg back, at the same time thrust in. That's it. Good. So that's called leg replacement. I'm bringing Matthew in, and we're going to go over movement, and the movement as in one whole unit. We call this shuffling. And he's just basically pushing off with the front foot. If he's going forward, he's pushing off with the back foot. But as you can tell, he's going to be shoulder width, still keeping his proper stance. Okay? So Matt's in fighting stance, and I'm just going to slash at him, and he's going to go backwards. He's going to come forward like this, and then he goes forward and back, forward and back. Now by doing this, he now knows to move as one unit. Rather than keeping it, he'll abandon his footwork. If someone rushes you, usually people freak out and they do this. They open up and they leave his center, or they square up. I'm going to give you from another angle. And Matt, if you come over here. Okay. So Matt will be in fighting stance. And once I go forward, maybe I'll go 2 steps, 1, 2. He still has the proper footwork, proper stance. And he's not leaning in, and he's in fighting mode. If he goes forward and he pushes off, good. And for drilling, to get used to it, be like a shadow of each other. So if I go forward, he goes back. So here, this, and just like that. Okay. One of the beautiful things about long-range knife fighting is footwork, the distance you could create. There's also a time and place when you should be resting and gathering your cardio and breathing and relaxing. Let's see, I'll have Alan come in. And Alan gets into a fighting stance mode with me. We stand off. Now, Alan doesn't want to engage just yet, so he's going to step 2 steps back. Now he knows I can't get him from here. He's going to square up with me, and he could actually dance around using the whole space. So what he's going to do is shuffle ankle to ankle, doesn't cross his legs, and when I say stop, he'll either go forward advance or he'll come back retreating advance. The forward advance is because of this. If I go forward, I get closer to my opponent. If I go back, I keep distance still. So he has 2 choices depending on what he wants to do. Usually I have people do clockwise, full circle, and it's just ankle to ankle right here, shuffle to the side, and you're squared up. Remember, you're not supposed to be within lunging range or slashing range of your opponent. It's really just step out to the outside. It's almost like a boxing mentality, and just go circular or counterclockwise. Okay? So I'll have Alan do it again from the other side. So Alan will go into fighting mode. Now he knows we created distance. He's going to relax. He wants to go to the other side and breathe a little bit. Relax, stop. He advanced forward now. He's still in fighting stance. Let's go ahead and go over the hand attacks. Now hand attacks, attacking the hand, is actually what you want to do in a long-range knife fighting. You probably could stop the fight once you destroy the hand, which is holding the knife. Or even the opposite hand, anything that's available. His mentality might just be lowered and might just be scared enough. You might have just scared your opponent and he drops the knife and just take off. So I'm going to have Vic come in. Now, come closer. Vic is going to be in a fighting stance. When I attack his hand, I want Vic to do a U, which looks like from here, just a basic U. Nothing wide, just a little U. And in time, when you do this, you get more familiar with it, you'll probably go into a V. You got to remember, by Vic having the knife, we're going to attack, the knives have to be in opposite tips, meaning he's over here and I'm over here, and I'm going to slash at him. He's completely opposite from my tip. Okay? And when I attack Vic at the hands, he's going to do the basic U, which is basically from here, just U, opposite tips. So as you could tell, we are opposite tips. And when I attack at him, he's going to U under, and he escaped it. Now also the mentality is, when I slash, I pass my center line, which is my number 12 strike, which is also my center line for my nose. So when I slash, he'll U. If I come backhand, he'll go the other way and do another U. And the mentality I have to have is actually attacking the hand. My intensity has to be after the hand. I just can't do this. Well, I'm just gonna U for the heck of it. I have to have the mentality and the fighting stance and the posture and the intensity to slash at his hand at every time. So that way, the technique works for Vic, and the technique works for me also, because I have I'm training myself to actually attack the hand, and he's training himself to escape the attack. Okay. Now, some of the do's and don'ts in this is if he only moves his wrist and he thinks that's good enough, and that's a basic U. If Vic just does this, when I attack, his arm is still there for me to attack. So you have to move the whole arm. Okay. As you can see, his arm was still kept in place, so I attacked that. So he needs to move the whole arm, basic U. Okay. And let me go ahead and give it from the other side. Vic, come over here. Yeah. So Vic is going to U, 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 U. In time, he'll have his mentality go forward with it. So when he U's, he could always get to the face, U, and get me in the face. If I U, he'll get me here. So this is how it looks. 1, face, 2, face. Okay. Our next technique will be raising and dropping the hands. I'll have Alan come in. Now, he's going to look and practice for when I pass my center line, when I attack with a slash, either forward or back. Alan, for now, is just going to raise just enough to pass, wait for my hand to pass, and come down. So when I slash, he'll just come down. He's going center. If I slash, come down. Now he's going to start reaching and getting his slash in by just bending the knee, turning his shoulder, and go more in depth with the slash to get to my body. And when I slash, he'll come down. He came down right here. When I slash, he'll come down, right in the center. Reason why I have him come to the center, when I come backhand, instead of my arm, my hand's in travel. If he should chase this, okay, ready? If he should chase this, he won't get in time. He's already behind the curve. But if he came center, the body's still there. If I came forward hand like this, slash, he comes center, he gets me right on the arm, because my arm is crossed. Okay? So, how to train this? Just go nice and slow first, nice and slow, then add the speed in, speed, speed, speed. Again, my intensity, I'm actually training to hit his hand, and this helps your partner get better reaction. Now that was raising the hand, and we're going to do dropping the hand. So from here, what I want Alan to do is when he drops it, this is his reference point, is his knee. He's not going to pass it. If he passes it, it's too much time to recover. He won't get a recovery shot in. He wants to go here as a reference point and just go straight up. So 1, come straight up. 2, straight up. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I'm going to ask Alan to commit after. 1, okay. 2, okay. 1, 2. Okay. As you can tell, I have students train for intensity, and I want them to train commitment, so their minds aren't blocked to just do the technique, but actually apply right after they counter. Okay. So let's go ahead and give it on the other side. So we're going to go back and forth. So I'm going to go attack. We come. Okay. Back. Good. Raise. Raise. Good. Raise. Raise. Drop. Drop. Okay. Another thing I want to also give me a reason to attack his hand. If Alan should put it here and tries to do the technique and I slash, I get body. So leave your arm out, but don't fully straighten it out. Have it bent as a little bit. So what he's doing is baiting me to attack the hand. So when I go after it, then I pass my center, he's got me. You got to give him a reason to attack this, and also respect this too. If he doesn't respect it, he'll go after it, he's in trouble. Alan will counter him right away. Let's go after last and final technique for counter hand attacks will be the hidden hands. I'll have Matt come in. He'll be in fighting stance. Now hidden hands, it's just a matter of folding the arms, putting the whole hand back to your hips. As you notice, I get squared up. As he slashes, that's when I explode into him. So I'll have Matt 1. Now look at this. This is hidden hands. Look at my extension. I have a lot of reach out there. Thing is, with hidden hands, he can't calculate the reach because it's folded. So that's why I don't have this fully extended out when I want him to attack. I have it just bent just a little bit. And this is the part he has to get, 1 and fully extended. Okay? So I'll do it to Matt now. So Matt will come in, straight out. Even in backhand, I'll slash, straight. He's got the reach, he's got the intensity, he's got the point on me. Once I go here, okay, I'll go faster. Go faster. Good. In training, you could have your training partner also slap the hand just for parrying. 1, okay, 2, 3, and just move your head so no one gets hurt. That time I got him. I went for full speed, right there. And that's where you help each other. Okay, when you start nailing your partner, and you're telling them, now I'm going full speed, the intensity is up now. I'll have Matt show you from the other side. And I will start playing the game, attack the hands. Good. Good. Now, some of the things, the fine points to look at is when Matt starts moving and he wants to attack, I start looking at shoulders, because shoulders will rotate a lot, and also midsection. The thing is, I don't concentrate on the blade. If you concentrate on the blade, I'll ask Matt to keep on looking at the blade. Right here. And I already got him. He's behind the curve. So if he follows my blade, it'll go right to him. He can't block it in time. I'll ask him to block this time and follow my blade. Follow the blade. Can't get it. From here, he can't get it in time. So look at the whole body as a 360. Everything works, even the corner of your eyes, peripheral vision at all times. Look at everything. In case he cuts, he kicks, he throws a punch or anything else, you could always pick it up. Don't concentrate so much on the knife hand. Look at the whole body. Really quick, some of the key points to look for as far as body movement and when he's about to attack. I'll have Vic come in. Now, I'm going to have Vic face the camera. He's going to get into fighting stance. Okay. Look at what he's about to do. If he's about to drop the slash right down at somebody, look at his shoulders. As you can tell, when he goes forward just even a little bit, he could give you a signal when he's about to attack. I'll ask him to go fast. Natural slashers. Go for it. Now, once you start training, you'll get used to movements like the face going a little bit forward, the shoulders going a little bit forward. That's when he's about to drop the knife on somebody. Okay? The other thing is also how when the body tightens up, when he wants to lunge in. So lunge in. Good. Lunge in. Good. Lunge in. Okay. The other part is also when this hand is about to punch, right about here. It's already moving forward. Here. Also, again, I always emphasize this throughout the whole programs. The other series of programs we have is telegraphing. When Vic wants to slash and get a powerful slash, he's going to move when someone goes back on a slash and comes back down. So he's in a dead point, slash, go up, 2. And also when the elbows leave the body, go for a white strike and come in. As you notice, when Vic does a telegraphic slash, a power slash, his elbow will leave his body. So do a you could count the seconds in between that. I'm going to have Vic just slash down. that's non-telegraphic. He's actually just dropping the knife down on you. Rather than telegraph, and that tells you when he's going to attack, when this actually leaves and separates and goes for a big wide strike. In training, I have my students know the concept of the mai, the tip of the blade. Not just the blade, and any weapons they put in their hand, they gotta know the tip of it and the reach of it. It becomes one unit with the arm. I'll have Alan come in, and I'm gonna have Alan actually open up for me. His arm's out, right here. And I'm actually gonna try to slash at him. Nice and slow slashes, but he's gonna challenge himself. He wants to keep his body just barely from the tip of my blade. This helps him know also how much reach. If you notice, like the footwork, I'm also looking if he has bad habits. Right here, see if he bends, and I'll give you an example. If Alan keeps on bending down because he thinks I'm cutting his stomach, he comes back up, he does it again. That's more than one habit. Come back in. He does it 3 times, come back in, then I go straight up. Only because his upper body is available. Now I'm going to go at high line and see if he does this, pulls his body back. So he pulls his body back, pulls it back, pull it back, again, slash down and get him at center. Only because his low line is available for me now. So if you have a person that has bad habits, this is one way to break that habit. Let them see what's vulnerable, what's open. I'm going to have Alan move side to side a little bit, and I go 1, slash, slash, okay. Slash. And I'm going to go deeper, slash. Okay. From here, slash. I'm going to go a little bit faster, slash, slash. Out of the 12 angles I attacked at him, he's getting used to it. He's getting more familiar with the angles of attack. If I do a 5, he's going to do what is known as a half circle. He's going to step off line. He's going to triangle out depending on which way I attack him. If I attack him at this side of the body, he's going to go stepping out here and half circle with the back leg. So first step will be a triangle. Second step will be half circle. So he's got me at this angle. If I get him on this side of the body, he's going to step out with the back leg and half circle with the back leg. As you can see, he's also got the angle. If I come straight up the middle, don't think, just do it. Pick a side. By the time you think of going to a side, I've already got the advantage. So from here, he's got it. Okay? So this is how I train people to know the tip of the blade, also from a thrust mentality. So again, we'll slash, slash, leg, add in the footwork, slash, slash. Okay? Let me go ahead and give you from the other side. Now, for some of you martial art teachers, some of the do's and don'ts in this is watch out when they put their feet together or they cross their legs. So I'm trying to move him around a little bit and he crosses his legs. This is when I'll rush him. So you want to always keep it in perspective and have your students train this. Actually, have them drop the knife and just go empty-handed, just like this. Okay? So Alan will drop his knife and he'll just be opened up. This is kind of a challenge. So right here, 1, 2, 3. Now what's so funny about this is also, if I come down here, Alan moves out. I'll have Alan stay still. Look at this angle of attack. Okay, I barely get him. But now, if I rotate it up, I got him. As you can see, Alan will turn. It's all from the rotation of the shoulders, only because I have more reach from coming up. Okay. Another thing also is when they circle around you, I'm going to have Alan go square up and circle around me. Okay? Circle, circle, circle. Alan keeps the distance at all times. Most people circle inward. It's a natural thing. So when he circle inward, closer, closer, stop. Look at this. Alan circled inward, getting closer to me. So have your students circle outward, meaning keeping the distance outside, separated from between you and him. only because it's a natural thing to come in. Let's go after attacking the hands now. We went from invading the hands to attacking the hands. I'll have that come in. Now when you attack the hands, you could end the fight right away. Doesn't want to fight anymore. His demeanor went downhill. He just wants to get out of there. From here, we're in fighting stance, and I'm actually going to go after snap cutting. Snap cutting is quick, light motions, non-committed. Just happens to flick it with the wrist. Almost like when a cat goes after a ball of yarn, and he goes, or thread, he just goes after it and just doesn't commit. This is the same thing. When you have a person that holds the blade up, you go actually either side of the blade, just touch the blade and snap down. As you can see, I've got a second finger. If I go the other side, I snap down, get that. So you can get the cut on top. If you want to go to sides of the hand, we're going to go to the outside. We're going to step off and snap to the side. As you can see, I got the metacarpal and the back of the hands where the small bones are. Now if I want to go inside, I'm going to snap inward. I got two fingers, thumb and second hand. And let's say I want to snap under. All I'm going to do is turn and snap under it. And this is the last cut is the cut I did. Now, the do's and don'ts of this. One of the don'ts not to do is when you snap, don't leave yourself open also. When you snap, he might into it. And you found yourself in trouble. Also, relax your hand. It's supposed to be fast. I'm going to ask Matt to evade my hand now. Right there. So don't be so intense, just relax. The more you relax you are, the better the snap. Let me go ahead and give you from another side. I'll have Matt come over here now. I'm actually going to try to go after all points of the snaps. Now, I'm going to go to the outside hand, just relax and go. That's one on the outside. Go top, inside, and a really quick under. Okay? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, some of the things why people say it's fast, and it really isn't. It's just getting to know how to drop your knife, drop your intensity without telegraphing. If I squeeze so hard, he'll see the tenseness in my arms and also in the motion. Also, if he pulls back and snaps, that's two motions. This is 1, this is 2, rather than just 1. Okay, so you're modifying it to just drop on the person and get the wrist in. The next technique we'll be using is the tip of the blade, this part right here. I'll have Vic come in. Vic will be in fighting stance. When we're in fighting stance, the nonchalant things we could also do is just poke straight in, using the tip straight in. The other part is doing matador style, dipping the blade right over his blade. If he should actually slash in my hand, I could actually use the tip and dip it right into his arm. The other thing is when I nonchalantly drop under his hand, it blocks his vision because his hand's in the way and I just go straight up. If you notice, I'm getting it from under. If I want to go to the inside, I'm going to step, inside thrust. It's almost like a hooking motion. The other one is outside hook. I'm going to step and outside. Okay? I get him on the outside where the small bones and everything else is there. So this is how it looks. We're going to go for straight in, tip, under, inside hook, and outside hook. Okay? Let me have Vic go to the other side. And I'm actually going to spar it out now. So when we do this, and another thing, I sometimes don't look at my opponent, and it's not to be overconfident. It's just it helps my peripheral vision. There's going to be times when you're looking at somebody and an attack comes from the side. This helps me train. And also it helps me not concentrate so much the intensity of attacking his hand. I'm relaxed, I'm looking down the ground, and I'm here, I go in. When you get more mature in knife fighting or knife defense, you'll end up challenging yourself and asking for more intensity on techniques by just looking at the ground, and you can see strikes, angles, attacks, blocks from there. So I'll do a light sparring with Vic. Ready? Okay. And I'll just look at the ground, and he's going to try to evade the hand. Here. Okay. But that one I actually gave a double pump, only because if you get the first one, he pulls it out, and then the second one comes in, he goes back to the same place he started. Just a little tidbit, and it helps give you a second chance to go after his hand again. Now in this segment, we're going to go after lunging, actually face shots. Once you're stabbed or slashed in the face, it's all over. You might still have a chance to run away. I can't tell you how many times people don't train protecting the face. So I emphasize changing up a little bit, wearing your goggles, or at the same time, I have Alan come in, and this time we're having a 3 weapons level fencing mask. 3 weapons only because it's much stronger than the other levels of fencing. Okay. Alan's going to have fighting stance. Now, when you go for the face, you're going to do primarily a simple lunge, like in fencing. You're going to go from fighting stance, step. You're going to go knee covering toes, shoulder back, full extension, and bend the knee and go full out. When you put the knife, you put it back into your palm. So you go from here to here. You gain about 2 to 3 inches. When you rotate your shoulder, you gain another inch. So your full extension is reaching the face. Have Alan go up and fight to blocking stance. And all he's going to do is block my arms. Don't let me have it. From here, all I'm going to do is lunge in. From here, now he got me on that one. Win. Now my intensity is speed and explosion. Now in fence, when you do this, go after a face shot. I call it this power lunging. If I'm so powerful in my lunges, my recovery, I have 2 choices. Either step up to come closer to him, or I reverse. I step back to get further away. Okay, it all depends on at the time during the heat of battle, what's necessary. Okay, Alan, block. I'm right here. Okay. If you notice, I get to him first only because I'm exploding and everything's coming from the ground. If you look at my knees, all I'm going to do is bend a little bit from here, and I go forward with it. And again, I don't retract. That's telegraphing. I go nothing but forward. Everything goes forward. Okay. I'll have Alan come to the other side. Now, Alan's going to show some postures and what to look for. Okay. From here, Alan's going to be squared up. From here, it's quick. I don't even have to do a full lunge. It's just reaching. The other one is, okay, he's got his protection hand here. When you go through, when you lunge, you could go right through his hand and go right into his face. So that doesn't help much. From here, you could also change up your lunge. If I'm coming here, I hook. Peripheral vision, he lost it during travel. Okay? The other lunge I do is from palm down, and I'll go straight with it, but I'll change the angle. And Alan will block with his hand, and I go palm up. So if I'm going straight, I go palm up with it. If I see Alan about to slap my hand down, I hook it. Huh? Otherwise, it's all primarily a simple lunge. We're going to go ahead and have some fun. And we're also going to hopefully have an eye-awakening experience for you. We're going to do middle range. And during this middle range, we're going to do full contact, just with the chalkers, and show you why middle to close range is dangerous to be in mutual knife fighting. Okay, when I say go, ready, go. Okay. As you can see, he's got cuts here, he's got cuts here, he's got a cut here. We're all over the place. Got one behind the triceps, and got him in the face. Now, this is where you have to ask yourself, who's going to go to the hospital and who's going to go to the morgue? If you go to the hospital and you won the knife fight, sure, that's good. But same time, you might be maimed. You might be crippled for the rest of your life. You don't know what's the outcome. It's nothing perfect. I know when people get in this range, it becomes high intensity. Anything goes. He could have been throwing knees, headbutting, all kinds of stuff happens there. Whereas long range, and we'll show you right now, long range is a safe range to be in if you have techniques and footwork and skill. Okay, and this is what this program is all about. So let's go ahead into long range. Now that you've seen medium range, we're going to go into long range now. I'll have Alan come in and we'll do some light sparring. Now, out of respect for each other, we always tap blades XX and bow. Ready? Okay. Good. Stand. Okay, okay. As you can see, that was a range that wasn't committed. Once there was a mutual in there because when you train students, we're almost like mirrors at times. So they're thinking the same way you are. Anyone else in the street isn't thinking the same. So your chances of surviving in a knife duel is great. You'll probably get 90% the advantage of making it through. Otherwise, if you didn't have techniques, timing, and skill, and you go into mutual, you'll probably end up in mutual range, which is medium to close range. And that's when both of you have the range, the rate of probably cutting each other up very severely. So hopefully this program helps enhance your martial arts abilities and your skills. And if you have any questions, please give us a call. When training with weapons, I can't tell you or stress the fact that safety equipment is necessary. And through century, they do sell the safety equipment for the way we train. Helmet, gloves, and even these training knives. They're a big plus in what you're trying to accomplish. Thank you.